write poetry, and this is the first time I'm going to speak it in front of any large group of people. Essentially the theme, I grew up in a very small rural area, which is also a lot of people tonight, but I want to say that maybe I grew up in the smallest rural area. I had one person in my class. So sports day was not very good, as you can imagine. One time I was asked to slow down. After 3 years of terrible, there was no relay race either, but anyway. But no, the poem itself is a bit more serious, but essentially I grew up in a very small rural area, and I noticed that a lot of boys in my area, including myself, based themselves on the image of their fathers. And I think we all kind of confuse our fathers not talking about our problems and being quite stalwart with them not having any problems. So essentially, when I got to college, I just kind of realised that maybe, I think something that line is the one thing you think you shouldn't talk about, because oftentimes, we all say, I think, including my parents, so it's good to talk, that oftentimes you don't take that advice. So that's just my kind of 2 cents into that one thing you think you shouldn't say, you probably should. But anyway, this is the poem. Our heads half bog, half brick, and neon light in the arse of it. Round these parts it feels like a young man sleeping on an old man's couch. And so, before your voice is broke, you're inclined to speak in wrinkles. You sit on the school bus, trading songs on your Ericssons, playing Animal Crossing with the death notices gliding overhead. Mr Busdriver with his head like Mr Tayto has but one word to be said stuffed inside his ham sandwich personality. Babye, babye, babye. Breath of fags and pale tea, and the wife's all the toilette is blocked again, gawking at you in the rear view, playing you the announcement of your granny's funeral. Enda called you day today over the contents of your lunchbox. Only Enda hasn't packed his. Locked tight like a fortress, but inside's a sliced pan softness. Enda's Mammy cuts the crust off his sandwiches, and there's a sort of brutal beauty to how he stuffs it with crisps, with his sandpaper fists, seized as if someone would take this joy from him. He shook my hand when my granny died, and I nearly needed a plaster after it, his fingers all dog ears and bloodhounds and donkeys wailing. Out from his cracked lips, he speaks the echo of a hook swinging in his innermost cell. I'm sorry for your loss. Built like a house, you hear them say, a boy in battlements man-made. And his dad is a bricklayer, and he raised his son as cinder block, a no-frills facade, a keyless lock. He loves the bones out of him. He eats steel for breakfast, he drinks pints out of a boot, and he can lift a tractor. He doesn't need sleep, he runs on mail and diesel. He goes to bed when he wants, and when he's home, he has control of all the channels. The day when Enda's dad dropped from the scaffolding, no tears came rattling. The only sound that came was the scrape of the chair, like the echo of his hook swinging in his innermost cell. The slam of the door returning us to silence. Rickety bus, lighter burns, youth escaping down folding tails. Maguire asks you, what's the matter? And you answer in the cubicle. You scratch your name in the faux wood all over the place with a compass. You don't know who you are or where you've gone. There are no mirrors in the boys' bathroom. You stand there so long that the lights turn off. Enda. I'll never hold a candle to him. You light a candle for him, and you pack his lunchbox, steel and nuts and mail and nails. You wear his Wellingtons and lie on his couch, the palm over one eye, exhausted, just the way he was, cemented. Eyes primed, ice glued to the screen till you're shook awake next day. Around these parts, it feels like you're a young man sleeping on an old man's couch. You lose the control of yourself, down the cracks somewhere. You look just like your father, Maguire says, soft as wet cement. The crows haven't flown from the prints of their feet, and the words try so hard to escape the clutch of formality. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry for your loss. Concrete.